These are my pork spare ribs. I got them for $1.49 a pound. I bought 2 slabs. I had them cracked and I had them split down the center twice. Let's get them washed up. Okay, you see I had them cut twice because we're making an Asian dish and they're kind of small. They kind of cut them up in small pieces. So this is just 2 slabs and I just had them cut twice. And when I mention them being cracked, this is what this means, that the heavy bone on the back of them has been cracked, so we don't have to worry about dulling our knives trying to cut that piece off. This here, the back of this is called silver skin, and I'm going to show you how to pull that off, and that is to simply make them very, very tender. So let's do that right now. Now, what you can do is you can actually take it from the tip here and pull it back, or you can make it a little bit easier and kind of take your knife and go up under it a little bit and kind of pry it loose a little bit, like so, and it'll make it easier to pull this off. But you really want to pull this off to make those pork ribs very, very tender. So once I start it, then I just begin to pull it off. My hands are kind of slippery. Let me go in another gap. I works with my left hand. I'm a lefty, and I know it probably makes some people a little bit nervous. But I have a lot of control of my knife. You guys get the idea. My hands are slippery, so I'm going to cut this off, and then I'm going to get it all pulled off and take my time and do it right off camera. Okay, see I have it up under there, and then you just pull it off. We're going to keep working at it and pull all this off. You always want to put your knife away from you, whereas your knife is not pointed towards you. You have an accident that way. So always point your knife away from you. So like so. So let me take my time and get all this cleaned off and pulled off. I am simply using Asian spices, and we're going to rub this all over this meat here. I've taken my bleach towel and I wiped down this container that I'm holding, and I know to some it's probably, oh, that's cross-contamination, but it is what it is. Walk by faith, not by sight. So let's get this meat all seasoned up and rubbed up. We are cooking this rice the night before. You can't fry fried rice that's hot, so it's best to cook it the day before, at least hours before you fry it, so that it comes out really, really nice. And also I like to keep the integrity of the rice, so I'm going to cook it to about 3/4 of the way done, and then I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut it off now. Let's cut it off now. Now we're going to stop the action of this rice by cooling it down. We're going to boil it up. We're going to let it sit and get to room temperature. Then we'll put it in the refrigerator. It'll be ready to fry in the morning. We're going to marinate our pork spare ribs in a Chinese barbecue marinade mixture. Now to make this mixture, we're going to use hoisin sauce. This is one that I already had in the refrigerator. So we need about 3 tablespoons of it. So I'm going to do this. We'll need about a tablespoon of the Chinese ketchup. We don't have any honey, but I am going to make another batch of this. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar. One teaspoon of lemon juice. We're going to take some minced garlic. And we're going to put a little bit of this in there. About a good half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. I like garlic taste, so I'm a little heavy-handed on that. And we're going to take some soy sauce, and we're going to put about 1/4 cup of that in there. So I'm just going to right there. We're going to take some red food coloring. This is what gives the pork spare ribs the color. We're going to put about 1 teaspoon of that in there. And we're going to stir this marinade up, and we're going to pour this all over our pork ribs. We're going to add a little bit of the Asian spice. And we're going to add a little onion powder. I am going to make a base to base the meat while it is cooking. And when it's going to be the same identical ingredients, though I will add a little honey to it that I did not have right now, but I will add it to the base. Let's add 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar. Now let's baste these ribs. Let's baste this meat with this mixture so that it can marinate overnight. Once you get the meat thoroughly coated, then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to bake it in the morning. Let's get it basted up. See you in the morning. Good night. Our meat is thoroughly basted in its marinade. Now I'm going to put this lid on it, and we're going to put this in the refrigerator, and we're going to cook them in the morning. Good night, family. To keep my rice from sticking together and clunking together while it cools, I'm going to add a little sesame seed oil onto this rice. And I'm going to stir that through, then put the lid on it and put it in the refrigerator so that we can fry it in the a.m. I've marinated my beef for my beef and broccoli already. And I just did it basically to the instructions here on the packet. I added a cup of water, a little bit of oil, some soy sauce. And I took my beef, I cut it in strips. And I just put the marinade all together. And I'm just leaving it in its juices and allowing it to do what it's going to do. And marinating this right here all night long. And then I will prepare it in the a.m. Good morning, family. My meat has been marinating overnight. Let me show you what it looks like. So now I'm getting ready to put it all in the Ninja oven and started the baking. I have put them inside of the Ninja, and it's on 350. So we're going to just start them to cooking, and I'm going to baste them with extra sauce while they're baking. So let's let that cook. Basically what I did, I kind of got away from the video. I completely forgot that I was recording this little series for you guys. But anyways, I simply poured my beef mixture in here. And I put like a little bit of canola oil because I cook everything with canola oil. So I put about a quarter cup of canola oil in here. And I poured the whole packet of the full meat sauce in here, and then I cooked it until the beef got about 3/4 of the way done, and then I began adding my broccoli into it, and this is where we are right now. I'm gonna make some chicken chow mein. So this is the chicken that I bought. And let me get it washed up. And let's begin to cut it up. To make my chow mein, I'm gonna just kind of cut this meat up just a little bit so that it just won't be so bulky. There's really no uniform way in which I'm cutting it. I'm just actually just cubing it up. So However way you want to cube it up the way you want to cube it up. So I have added the chicken, and I just simply cut up an onion. I did use a little bit of this stir fry sauce. I sprinkled a little bit of that in there. But let's get started on this chow mein. All right. Again, I'm going to add some of my Asian seasoning. And I'm simply sauteing this in canola oil. And a little bit more of this. I kind of like it. I like the taste of it. Just a little bit. Okay, let me show you the package of chow mein noodles that I have. I have this pack here. I got it at the commissary, and they also come in individual packages like this. So I'm just going to add all 3 packages, and then it also has a seasoning packet. So let me add all that now and incorporate it now in the dish. I'll be right back. I'm going to take my time and blend this up. Let me blend it up. I have blended this very well. So I'm now going to just simply put it into a casserole dish for serving. It's done. I've taken 3 extra large eggs. I've just beat them, and I'm pouring them inside of here. To make our eggs. Baby, here, come here. Pour these eggs in my hand.
Here, you scoop it in.
Okay, these are simply peas and carrots. Allow me to get that stirred up. Okay, this goes in the compost pile. could take my egg. So. And I have 2 fried rice packets. I'm going to put both of those in there. Now I'm just going to do this according to the instructions per packet. So let me get that incorporated and I'll be right back. I'm going to add some soy sauce. My daughter has cleaned the shrimp and everything, so now we're just going to add our shrimp. My baby wanted shrimp fried rice, so this is Button's request. Let me wash my hands. The ribs are done. My son was gracious enough to baste them while they were cooking. It took him about 3.5 hours, but this is how they turned out. They're done. Tioni made some crab rangoon, and this is the end result of its cooking. Can't even get it out. There. Our lips look good though. Bon appetit, family. Happy 4th of July. Bye-bye.